regulate how people move, inter-country movements, regulate how labor practices will be conducted in the East African region. It is very true, as Mheshimiwa has remarked, that you should protect your people. I mean, primarily why governments and leadership are set up in a certain community is so that they can protect that community. Now, in Kenya alone, before we go to Tanzania.
Hello guys, and this is why I posted the previous video talking about the new regulation or the new rules set by the Tanzanian government. So this is what I meant. Can you hear what this guy is saying? So the decision made by the government of Tanzania was good. Of course, it is good for them because they cannot make a decision which is bad to them. Yeah, of course it is good to them, but that's why I posted that video, and that's why I asked those questions. That if you had that video that I posted last time previous, you can check in my videos down there. You will find that video talking how Tanzania banned 15 businesses from foreigners.
Tanzania, we have regions that have minerals, heavy minerals. You talk about Kwale, you talk about Marsabit, you talk about Migori, Kakamega. There are deposits of minerals in such regions. The law recognizes that you must protect the local people and give.
So that's what I said previously. That's why I was saying, like, maybe Tanzania, the government wanted to protect the citizen. They wanted to protect their people. So maybe they're doing it because of safety. So that's the same to what these guys say.
And give them a certain percentage of those minerals. If you allow people from outside those counties to come in and benefit until they deplete even the little that was supposed to benefit the locals, then as a leadership you fail. So the same thing, Fred. I mean, Tanzania, except for border.
Of course, you should protect your people by limiting others or non-citizen people, but it doesn't mean that you can take a decision which will distance yourself from the other communities. Like, we are in the same community, we are in East Africa, Tanzania, Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, South Sudan, Kenya, even Somalia. So if you are taking a decision which will distinct yourself from the other communities, at least you should address that decision or that issue to your fellow president, to your fellow leaders, so that you make you make an agreement. You know how to do it, because this is not easy as you think, because it will change. As you see, like, Kenyans have started reacting over this issue. Imagine, you are banning people from opening retail shop, and here in Kenya, there are many Tanzanians who own a retail shop, who own salons, and many things. But if you take that decision, don't you think about the other countries or the other communities to fire your own people? So don't just think about your own interests. Also, the people that you are ruling matter. You have to take care of your people.
It's just really part of our neighbors. And, Maasai, for example, come here, they, graze cows here. We graze cows in their boundary region. But how you are doing it as a country will either cement our relationship as a community of East Africa, or will actually distance. And the way Tanzania is doing it, considering just the other day, we've had some commotion where they are returning Kenyans and they kind of call us Kiherehere, like.
Na hapa ndio mbaya sana. Sijui kwa nini. I don't know why Tanzanian called the Kenyans Kiherehere. This kind of insult. So calling Kenyans Kiherehere, if it is the way they are, but you should address it in a good way, not like that. They are very, very, very clever Kenyans. They know how to do business. So don't call them Kiherehere.
Like, we are too intrusive. But it's not, we are not intrusive to annoy any country. It is who we are. That is how we express ourselves. That's how we move. So if Tanzania goes, and let me tell you, even in Kenya, we have MSME, small scale traders, we do not allow that foreign experts come in to make sufurias here in, along Landis Road and where the Juakali artisans are making their sufurias. But at the same time, Fred, if trade is a movement of goods cannot be curtailed by a country. I mean, if you don't have ngwashe or sweet potatoes for that matter in Tanzania, we have to definitely transport them. And we've seen that we have a lot of oranges, fruits, watermelon and all that coming from Tanzania. And yet we still plant, we also grow them here. So I think the manner in which,
of course, this is why it becomes this issue, this thing of East Africa coming to the commercial, the trading. It was within the agreement of those countries which are in East Africa community. So this trade, this commerce strategy, or the things which the government of Tanzania is trying to ban, the businesses or the type of businesses Tanzania is trying to ban, is within the agreement that was there in East Africa communities. So if it was there, they have to go back there to discuss on it. So if Tanzania don't have oil and in Kenya is there, why don't you allow Kenyans to export it, to bring that oil to you, to come to sell it, like the way Ugandans do, or the way Rwanda and Burundi was doing before. Burundi was selling potatoes to Rwanda, and you can see even in Tanzania they used to, walikuwa wanauza mihogo Burundi. Burundi inauza mazao wapi? Inauza mazao Tanzania. So but now they stopped the crop buying. I don't understand why. Sielewi kwa nini.
East African nations are going to curtail movement of goods and labor must be consulted before any one nation can go ahead to say now we shall not allow people.
Aha, na hapo ndipo na mimi naelewa. That's what I wanted to say, guys. If there is any change, you should submit that one to your fellow to your fellow leaders, so that you come together and come with single decision.
Kenya for that part. It should be, if there is a ban, it should involve all countries, whether Rwanda, Tanzania, Africa,